Hey, it's Tuesday Talk with Alex, and I am here for another episode today. I am interviewing one of my good friends that I met a few years ago, Mr. Stewart Tucker Lundy. He goes by Tucker. Uh, Tucker, thanks for joining me today. Can you just give me an introduction, give the audience an introduction of who you are?
Uh, First of all, I want to thank you, man, because you are just a bomb, man. I love you to death, boy, I tell you. Um, uh, my name is Stewart Tucker Lundy. I am a producer, actor, director, sometimes writer, but not as good as this guy, Alex. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what my titles are, and yeah, just trying to make the world a better place, man. Trying to make the world a better place.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about your disability and what you do to sort of advocate for yourself and others.
Yeah. My disability is I'm a C4, C5 quadriplegic. That happened about 41 years ago, probably a lot older than Mr. Alex over there. But yeah, 41 years ago, dove in a lake when I was in Shreveport, Louisiana. I hear Shreveport's in the news now for some bad reasons, but whatever, got to speak of the houses and all that kind of crazy stuff. But I won't go political on this program. But yeah, it was in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I was 14 years old at the time, and bruised C4 and C5 of my vertebrae. It left me a quadriplegic, like I said, and yeah, that was 41 years ago, and it's been one of those things where, with me at least, certain things happen for a reason, and I think that day, Stu was, put to rest, and Stewart Tucker Lundy, Tucker, came out that lake. So, this is what you got now. So,
What has it been like from that time back then, adapting and adjusting to uh, becoming paralyzed and sort of the new way of living? How did that change you?
yeah, it's really crazy, Alex, man, because I was 14 when it happened, and it was more or less a thing for me, at least, to get back to normal as far as well, more so a quality of life, not so much normal, but a quality of life. And so, I just written or just a post. I just was some random thoughts in my head, and I spent time in the bed, and after your accident, and you sit there, you have a lot of time to think, and so if anything, I felt like I was just sitting in that bed, just planning, like my escape of what I was going to do when I got out of this bed, meaning in a chair or walking out of here or rolling out of here or what have you. And I just wanted to plan a good plan of life or a quality of life, I should say. And and after I started to get back into the flow of things, pardon me, and I realized that this is a thing that it's not a death sentence. It's definitely not a death sentence. And just got to living life the way that I needed to for me. And it just got lovely, man. It's got lovely. I mean, I mean, I don't think, excuse me, that there's been one chapter in my life that I have not learned anything. I mean, I've always been learning things through this process. I don't know after what's going to happen afterwards, and when I close my eyes for the last time. But that's what I'm doing now, man. Just living the heck out of life to the fullest. And sometimes you hear people say that, and I think people who say it and without a sincere meaning of like, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. They
Mhm.
ain't living life the right way. They ain't living life because if you're not living life like hard life, I mean, like having fun, going to sleep, and thinking to yourself, okay, well, if this is the last day, I've had a wonderful time. I've had a wonderful time. So that's the way I roll, literally.
Absolutely. You got to have that positive attitude, that positive mentality. And how do you keep yourself in that mindset most of the time?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody has their bad days, and I have my bad days too. And but they're far and few between. But it's one of those things for me, at least, that I just don't get in that mindset of woe is me. Why did this happen to me? if anything, it's like, why not? I mean, what's so special about me that this couldn't happen? I mean that this can happen to any of your viewers that happening right now. This can happen to you. So, I think that, a lot of times people need to reassess the way that they live their lives and the way that they conduct themselves through life. Because, like I said, I mean, you can have a limb be dismembered from coming off your arm or what have you, and you got to figure out a way to live that life. You can have some type of ailment, and you got to figure out a way to live that life. So it's just a matter of the way that the way that you view life and how you take it in. And I've just chose to try to live the heck out of life. So that's my mission. So, personal mission.
Definitely. How do you incorporate your what you do, that positive attitude and the type of work that you do? I know you're very creative. You're always producing and directing and that kind of thing. What do you do for work in terms of getting that creative energy out?
But for me, Alex, man, it's always been one of those things where as long as I'm helping somebody, I'm good. I'm good. I found it to be one of those things. If I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling like just out of sorts or what have you, just help somebody. And it reflects in my work. I mean, meaning Listen Productions, a company that I work for, we shot a JanSport commercial a few months actually it was what really last year. And I it was really important to me to have all that cast to have disabilities. Because when they approached me, they asked me, what do you think a commercial would look like if it could it happen with folks with all disabilities? And I'm like, well, why not? I mean, you got Vino commercials and Pepsi commercials and all people walking around. Why can't you have somebody rolling around? All that kind of stuff. So that was the commercial. We want to check it out. It's on for adaptive bags, and we shot that. And that was my way of helping somebody else. That's the way that I lift the community up, or for that matter, myself, because it helps. And just to be around people, positive people like yourself, people that aren't boo-hooing and oh, woe is me. And I mean, because people would think that that's what we do on a regular basis, but I found it to be quite the opposite sometimes. I get around some able-bodied people, and I'm like, "Do you know who you're talking to?" And it's almost like, you know, I just I guess I get simply speechless sometimes because I can't believe that you have so many gifts and things that somebody would want, and I don't necessarily want it, but it's just like, you know, look at yourself, and I mean, you got what you need, so why are you bitching about something right now? So that's the way I do.
How accessible is Denver in your opinion, and in terms of traveling with your wheelchair or even driving, getting to and from different parts of town? What's that like in Denver area?
Yeah, actually, that's one of the reasons why I moved here, moved to Denver, is because the accessibility. Wasn't I didn't know that to begin with, but I was aware that Denver was accessible. It's a lot better than most cities that I've been to. We have a lot more work to do. I'm on a lot of different commissions and boards and things like that, planning boards, planning commissions, things like that. So, I do notice that, there's always change. Change is always needed. But I have to admit that Denver, they make an effort. They make an effort here. Where they don't make an effort, they're quick to listen. We have a mayor that incoming mayor that just took office, and spoke with him on different occasions. He seems very open to different things, just as our previous mayor, Mr. Michael Hancock, was a friend and also very just willing to listen. And then we have the commissions here, folks with disabilities I've served on now, and as well as other ones too. So, to answer your question, is overall, I would probably give Denver a probably about a C, C plus, C, or I would even go to a B plus, because they're trying to do the right things. So they're pretty cool here.
In terms of, I know you've traveled around and visited different places. What accessibility features within a city um, do you want to see in Denver that you've seen somewhere else that you all don't have there?
Um, I would just because I'm a geek, I would love to see like bullet trains here. I don't know why, man. There's something about a bullet train that just I don't know, I'm a speed junkie, so I don't know. It just maybe it's that's calling me. But I think overall for anybody else, I think it would probably be just the fact that uh, we recognize the fact that you're here, and then they accommodate. You know, a lot of training people's different attitudes, things like that. I think that more or less is here. But as far as like your everyday things, I think it's people just the city or the infrastructure needs to be aware that the folks that live in their respective communities. So I mean, know that we are here first, and then I think that's where the building starts from there. But if you don't acknowledge, you can't. Well, I had a friend tell me if you can't put a name on a thing, you can't fix a thing. So with Denver, they know that we're here. So and they try to accommodate us as needed, and actually going above and beyond also. And then also, you may know this too, Alex, but sometimes people think just doing something by the ADA standards is just enough. You need to go a little bit further. I mean,
Absolutely.
because ADA is there, but I think it's a living document that needs to be changed, and it's and amended and things like that. So, acknowledging the person that is in your community, and I think that comes along with education.
I think most cities or jurisdictions are only wanting to do the bare minimum, the standard of what the ADA says. But if we can go above that, that'll show how much you appreciate and enjoy having people of differing abilities in your city.
Exactly, exactly. Like what I think it was Chris Rock. I'm a big fan of comedians and humor, and so you don't get points for doing the right thing. I mean, come on, what you want me to be happy because you did the right thing? No, you need to do impress me. Come on, sentiments. So I think that's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to live past. They're trying to do a little bit more, a little bit extra, and I love that. I love that about the city. So it's been one that I've lived in for probably most of my life now. Probably the longest place I've ever lived, to be quite honest. And for me and my wife, we've been here 13 years together. So he's got to be doing something right here. So
And then know you and your wife are really big in traveling and doing a lot of things together. How much is Marcy meant to you and the helping you in all that you do?
oh man, that's my boo. That's my baby. Now, Marcy is literally my left and my right hand. She is everything to me, man. And, we met on actually we met on social media. I can say that now because see when we met on social media, you couldn't really say it because people were weird and creepy. I mean, people are weird and creepy now, but you can see them. But back in the day, you couldn't see them or anything. So but it's kind of crazy because you know, we met, and so we would always tell people we met at like King's Dominion or Walt, Disney World or something like that. So, but yeah, she's everything, man, to me. She's my friend. We hang, and we spend a lot of time around one another. She has her thing, I have my thing, but we just kick it, man. I mean, that's somebody. It's a rare thing, and this is not just for a disabled exclusive, but it's a rare thing when you can find somebody who you can get along with and have mutual interests and things like that, or for that matter, don't have mutual interests, but still get along and actually like one another. So I've been a bachelor at one time, and I remember the days of being a bachelor, and it was like it was nice, but every so often, when I was a bachelor, I was like, man, this dating thing is kind of crazy. Well, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, especially when I started getting older, I'm like, my patience is a little bit too thin to be dealing with some of this madness of some of these. Oh no, I don't know, but it's not dog to women. Okay, all right, let me go.
So for those of the dating world, um, with the disability, what would you say in terms of going out there to meet someone?
I always tell people, especially men, um, just to start out on as being a friend, because and that's the way I approach things in general, as far as for relationships, because especially with being in a wheelchair, I mean, not this isn't for everyone, and not everyone is going to be, hey, I want to date a guy in a wheelchair. I don't really not necessarily hear that, but if I have my choice about things, it's going to be that way. I want to make it sexy. I want to make it to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, I saw this guy in a wheelchair, such and so forth. So I think that my advice for somebody going out there, just you are you. Don't change for anybody else. Don't try to be the Rock. I know I'm not the Rock. I know I'm not the Rock, but I know that I have other attributes that are just as good as the Rock, if not better than the Rock. So, I just be yourself and be that person's friend. And like I said, don't rush things. Don't rush things because, like I said, people and especially women, certain women they aren't used to a man in a wheelchair. So in certain cases, I've been the first time somebody has been with a person in a wheelchair. So so just don't get offended if the person is kind of put off, or just if they are, and it's put off to the point where they don't want you or in their life or don't want to be a part of you. Just send them a thank you letter. Excuse me, send them a thank you letter about 3 or 4 months after you break up with them or don't want to be with them anymore, because they did you the biggest favor by saying something like that. They really did. So that's not somebody you want in your life anyway. You really don't. So there's so many people out there that will accept you the way that you are. And that's not a commentary on disability or anything like that. That is just a fact for me, that people will accept you who you are. So that means the most because, I mean, we show up with a representative and say, hey, I want to be this person. And hey, you're meeting this person. And then a couple of months passes by and then they meet the real you. And it's like, ugh, boy, I didn't know that. And so, so just take it slow. That's all. Take it slow. Or if you take it fast, know who you're dealing with. That's all. Know who you're dealing with. So,
That's good advice. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, Tucker, for spending some time with me today. And are there any social media handles you want to throw out there for the people to follow you?
oh gosh, I use the hashtag wheelchair boss life, but yeah, you can hit me up on Stewart Tucker Lundy. That's all one word. You probably see it right there on the caption or right there, or is the caption or the title card. See, I'm using title card words. That's movie term. Sorry, but yeah, I'm on Instagram, so Twitter, or just Google me. I'm Googleable, as they say. So just Google me.
Well, thank you so much. And this is another episode of Tuesday Talk with Alex, where we're all living with a disability and a purpose. And we'll see you in the next video.
I'm talking about.